Today, I want to spend some time talking about the current state of Rebirth, which, if you're like me, it's been a little bit frustrating lately. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about some important changes to take note of with the recent update. Now, if you're like me, Rebirth has been extremely rough lately. It's been super sweaty. It's been super stacky. And, look, at the end of the day, that is the nature of what we are going to be dealing with moving forward, sort of. The first thing of where this all comes from is going to be the playlist right now. Moving forward, they've made it very clear what they're doing, at least for the next month, if not further, which is rotating playlists weekly. So you're going to have Rebirth quads as well as Fortune's Keep solos through quads for a week. And then the next week, it's going to flip. You're going to have Rebirth solos through quads as well as Fortune's Keep quads only. So when it is Rebirth quads only, it is going to be very sweaty, no matter what happens. Probably no matter the time of day that you play. Maybe that matters a little bit, but it's going to be super sweaty. You're going to have team stacking. You're going to have a lot of TTV and TikTok players who are YYing because they enjoy Rebirth. That's what they want to play, and it is going to be super sweaty. Now, what can we actually do about that? Well, the good news is that every other week, we're going to be able to enjoy Rebirth because we have our full playlist. You're going to have more people playing, and you're going to have more, variability in terms of what you can actually play. For me, I love basically every game mode, but I like solos and trios the most. But the honest answer here, and I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, is it's time to start learning Fortune's Keep. If you're tired of dealing with sweats on Rebirth when it's quads only, it's time to start learning Fortune's Keep. At the end of the day, when you first started playing Rebirth, you didn't really know what you were doing. You were obviously, we're working on improving. That's where I come into play. Let's talk about portable redeploy balloons, by the way. Great addition to Rebirth, specifically for killing people on top of Water Tower and in Lighthouse. They're both great options because they actually shoot you pretty high. So you can actually be in living quarters, put that balloon down, and you can redeploy all the way up to tower building. But what I was saying is it's time to learn Fortune's Keep. A lot of you may not have been great Rebirth players, and you're still working on improving one right on your level. Go challenge. Challenge with momentum. Go challenge this guy. He also needs to work on his centering more. His centering is very low. They're already down to 3 players. But, it's time to start learning Fortune's Keep, and it's something that I'm working on improving at as well. And, of course, my whole goal is just to help you become a Rebirth and Fortune's Keep player, which if you are looking to get better, just consider subscribing. I do videos every single day, but, I want to help you become better at Fortune's Keep, understand the positioning, understand the rotations, how to use your cover, and, of course, keep you updated with loadouts. But, when it is quads only on Rebirth, it is going to be sweaty. So the easy option is to we can't actually spectate this, right? We've got to rotate. We're going to rotate here. There's no way I can actually watch this. The other option is to play Fortune's Keep because you have solos through quads. You can play trios, which is a little bit less sweaty. Can we rotate off of this guy, please? There we go. So at the end of the day, that's something that you have to understand, and you're going to have to accept that. The other thing you're going to have to accept is that in a few months when Warzone 2 comes out, we're not going to have Rebirth Island. At some point, Rebirth Island is going to go away whether you like it or not. I love the map just as much as you do. I love everything about the map, the pace of play, how many different POIs there are. I love, besides Lighthouse, I don't like Lighthouse, but at the end of the day, I love a lot about Rebirth as well. But at some point, we're going to have to move on, and I'm going to make it a point to start learning Fortune's Keep more because I personally cannot handle the sweatiness of Rebirth. Now, does that mean I'm not going to play it at all? Absolutely not. I'm going to keep playing, and on top of the sweatiness is, even when it's not super sweaty, you're dealing with, players who aren't as good stacking, which is still really tough to deal with. You're dealing with players sitting in corners with rocket launchers. It's kind of that tough combination of people playing ratty as well as people who are super sweaty. So, look, I'm going to make it a point to start playing more Fortune's Keep and start to really understand and learn that game more so that I can help you progress as a player as well. Now, in terms of other updates, most important one here, the sniper update, which didn't happen when the patch notes came out. It actually happened after. I want to go watch TTV, see what TTV's up to. TTV's over here kind of moving back and forth on the AC unit. He's going to get challenged. There it is, and that guy just gets smoked. That guy might want to consider playing Fortune's Keep. Now, he's getting shot from from Grandma's house somewhere. Sniper change. Snipers, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. The Car 98 was, the Vanguard car, I believe the ZRG, don't quote me on it though, that they were increased, their range was increased by 35% in terms of how far it can one-shot. So once again, the Modern Warfare Car 98 is still a great option. It's going to be 70 to 80 meters that it's able to one-shot, which is great for Rebirth. The other change is radar jammers. They actually nerfed radar jammers a little bit. So You know, that's another good thing as well. It's something we've been dealing with on Rebirth for a while, has made Rebirth really tough because you can't take advantage of that respawn dynamic. Bunch of people still around. This is the other problem. Lobbies just get absolutely smoked. I mean, we've got 4 other teams here in second circle. These lobbies are just getting absolutely torched, which makes it really hard to drop higher kill games, especially when you're playing with your squad. It's going to make it tough to PR to drop those 20 bombs. Is it impossible? No, but it's definitely much, much tougher. So I think my point of this video is to open up your mind a little bit more to Fortune's Keep. You know, start to learn that game mode. It's tough. It's definitely tougher than Rebirth, but is it tougher than the Rebirth that we're experiencing right now with the sweats and the stacks and everything like that? Absolutely not. You know, start to throw it into the rotation a little bit more. Start to play a little bit more solos so that you can learn the map and work on your awareness and understand that positioning. And of course, like I said, I'm going to be doing more tip videos, really breaking down. This guy's about to get smoked. Good strafing right there behind cover. I'm going to be doing more tip videos on Fortune's Keep, understanding positioning and rotations. Let's go ahead and keep kind of breaking this gameplay, the rest of this gameplay down. That was kind of the whole gist of what I wanted to cover in today's video, but let's go ahead and see what is going on. Bunch of people over to the right up by prison area, and they're not really moving, they're not really pushing, which makes it really tough to actually go ahead and push this team, although they are putting themselves in a position to challenge some people. Can you hit shots over this way? He's using the M4, which is a great option, although I would not run Ranger foregrip. I would run Commando foregrip. In terms of the meta, you know, we're really looking at the Cooper Carbine, the MG42, the Krieg is really good, the M4, and the other one that I love, what's the 5th one? I have the Car 98 in there. There's one more in there that that is slipping my mind. But you also have things like the Farah, the M13, and this is, you know, that guy just went ahead and pushed and gets team shotted by this team that we're watching right here. And I think it's still going to be really tough for players, you know, that even good players, not great players, but good players who stack. It's going to be a lot of trades. It's going to be a lot of regaining. It's going to be a lot of blender because you're going to be losing 50-50s. You're going to have that second teammate coming really close by. Now, what do you do about that? You play patient and you work on information. Kind of the same thing that we've always done, but that reposition is going to be even more crucial because a lot of times you're going to have to reposition to cover to be able to replay and then re-engage, or you're going to have to trade with your teammate. He gets shot from the left. He gets caught a little bit by the guy at Nova. Let's see what this team's doing over here. He's got the Growl. Is the Growl back? Growl's not back. Don't think the Growl's back. Do not think the Growl's back. One up top. If he lasers this guy, the Growl might be back. There's Serpentine for you. I don't think we talked about Serpentine. Serpentine was nerfed by, or buffed by, no, it was nerfed. It was nerfed the other way. Sorry about that. Serpentine used to give a 20% basically damage decrease when you were sprinting. So if you were sprinting, you were taking 20% less damage than normal. It got nerfed down to 15%. Still really good. Still a good option. A lot, no cover. Just absolutely sitting there to get smoked. You know, at the end of the day, it is a situation where it's still helpful. You're still going to notice situations where you may be able to get away, or situations where you're shooting somebody and they get away, but, you know, they just nerfed it a little bit. So let's see what this guy's doing. This guy's getting smoked over here. These guys are getting smoked everywhere. These guys, notice they're 2v2 splitting. I think that's going to be something that is super popular, is to see the 2v2 split upon sweats. And part of it is just the quads play. It's kind of twofold. Not only are you dealing with quads being a sweaty playlist, you're also dealing with everybody who only wants to play Rebirth has to play quads, which tends to be a lot of the sweaty players. A lot of the sweaty players are still playing Rebirth only. There's a lot on Fortune's Keep as well, but a lot of the sweaty players are still only playing Rebirth because they like the map better. They're in a good position here. There's not really a true power position, true cover right now, although I'd probably push to Grandma's house right here. I'd probably push to Grandma's house just because you have more areas that you can go from there. Whereas right up here, you're kind of, if circle pulls uphill, you're kind of toast. They've got 4 people though. Where are their teammates? Their teammates are up here sitting in the corner. They're trying to get regained a little bit. They were able to land back in on their stuff. Yeah, go ahead and get regained. Grab that Blixen. Why would you keep the striker? There you go. What's this guy doing? They're actually in a really good position here because they can kind of flank these teams from behind. Oh, one right there. Get smoked. This guy, the second guy's gonna get smoked. Did he? No. Second guy smoked him. Second guy stayed alive. I hit the wrong button. I should have just kept it on that guy. Okay, these guys are gonna stay top Nova. I think we have to go watch this guy right here, because he's in the best position. They don't have enough money to buy back, and they're very split, which means they're gonna have to challenge. Dead. Smoked. People don't miss shots in these lobbies. Okay. He's using the automaton. Automaton, good, not great. Good, not great. Still 7 other people. Still not enough to buy back. One coughing down below. You definitely heard that. Yeah. Why? But you got to get to rooftop here. Like, where are you going? He's going to put it, like, no, he's going to put himself way out in the open here. He's in a really bad spot. Where are you going? Yeah, you got to sit right here. No, you got to sit down low. One coughing to the left. Right there, right there. Yep. No, you saw him. Where are you going? I can't watch this guy. This guy's driving me crazy. Where's he going? You got to push up. 2v4. You don't know if it's a 2v2 or a 2v3v1. And they got held out of circle. Just like I said was going to happen. Told you they had to rotate early. I told you they had to get up the hill early in case that happened. It's kind of crazy what happens when you start to understand this game and think ahead. Because at the end of the day, it's easier to push from Grandma's to Nova than it is to push from Nova's to Grandma. Okay. 2v2. 2v2. No plates. Gonna have to... Oh, he's got 1 plate. He's got 2 plates. Yep. He's got 3 plates to his left. Yeah, he's back full. He's got 4 plates right there. Yeah, he's good. He's back. That's kind of crazy. I wonder if those respawn. Notice his centering's down at the floor. Oh, they won. Well, I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.